All right, let me showcase where we currently are. Right now, if I was to run this, I believe it's just going to go ahead and run all 4 projects at one time. So AliChat, our Windows service, our resource server, our identity server, and the MVC. So just so that we get a clean start, let's go in and delete our database. We will recreate this thing. And to do that, we need to select our web API as the primary project. And we need to go to the package manager console. And we need to select my domain code first, and we're going to just run an update database. Now, while that's running, I can pull this up over here, and we need to go back to multiple startup projects. Probably take just a bit here. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to spin this up. It's going to run all 4 projects at one time. Apologies. Allergies get going just when I wake up. Let me move this so it doesn't make sound. Okay, so this is AliChat, which is starting over here. It should have connection credentials already in it, and then also we have our 3 apps over here. And this is the MVC, this one is going to be the web API, and this one's going to be the identity server. Wait for all of them to spin up here. And here you can see the Windows service is running successfully. So this is the identity server, even though it's just got this little front end on it. This one is my Swagger. And we theme this, and you can see all the different endpoints that we've created. And then this one over here is the MVC. So if we log into the MVC, it's going to hit my authorization server. We'll do a third-party login here with Twitch. Okay. And then what I want to do is I want to come over and look at chats. And we're going to open this in a new window. So SignalR is my data transport layer, which is running between this chat bot and then this application, AliChat, and then this applet. So if I was to come in here and look at streams, let's go to bots first. We need to add a bot or 2. Okay, I changed these colors in here, so I can show that. So this one we're going to log in as AliChat, and this one is now allowing me to do chat messages. And I can show another one here. If you hang on, let me add another account here. And let me type in my password, just a moment, please. Okay, we are back. Okay, here we go. Here's bot px4. We're going to authorize that one. There we go. We have 2 in here. I believe that this cascades if you change it right now, but not on load. So I need to fix that. And now if we look at streams, you can create this individual stream. So we're going to call this my test stream 1. And now inside of this, I should be able to add a bot to it. And we can say AliChat or bot px4, the 2 that we just added. So let's do both. There's AliChat over here. And then you can see bot associated here. And then let's go ahead and add another bot. And we're going to say that this one is bot px4. So under AliChat, let's have it route for 1 channel. And we're going to say liver dev prime. And look at that. Over here on my service, this just joined liver dev trying. So if we go and we type something into the chat, you can see that it's gone ahead and come into our chat bot. So it's automatically connecting, automatically starting to send messages. So if we came over here to Twitch, I don't care what all this is. And then we can go to browse, and then we can look at our popular. We're going to add in a few of these. So now I can pull this over here. we're going to take a peek at our top channel, and we're going to, it looks like I need to fix my names on these things. This is because, but Ali Chat has one here. So let's go ahead and add another Twitch, and we'll do the number 1, which is IMYOONGOON. So that's 2. This routing should be different. Let's add a third one into Ali Chat. IMAQTPIE. And then over here, we can actually come in and we can add our second bot into the same or different channels. I'm a QT Pie. And you can see that this is the stream name right here. And so you can see that some of these change from channel to channel. Probably added one more here. DOTAPIT. And we can wait, it'll just log on here. There it is, Dota PIT. So all of this is working really well. It's time to do routing, I think. Or we can work a little bit on the service, or we could work a little bit with a JavaScript. So let me go ahead and stop this app. And let's come over into our service and start to take a peek. Here's our onMessage event, and we really generic this thing out. So now it has 3 generics that are inside of it. And because of that, we just end up with one message event. We don't need this on message event. We don't need this console log. And so here, when you are getting your bot account connections, you want to first get your routed accounts. And so here you are getting your connection for it, right? You're checking to see if this already exists. And if it doesn't exist, you want to create a connection. And I guess we had something called a connection event, but when I look at on connection event, doesn't matter. Let's leave this one out for now. And then it'll add it. Otherwise, what you want to do is you want to and now what you want to do is you want to make a new list of Twitch channels, and then for each one of these channels in here, you want to get that Twitch channel, and otherwise you want to add it to your Twitch channel. So all you're doing is populating all the channels, populating the channels for the entity from Twitch. But the problem is that you only want to get the certain of them, right? So if you looked at BLL Twitch, sorry, BLL Ali Chat, and you look at channels joined, this should be a concurrent bag of channels. And so we want to put this in here as an ID. Like that. We'll call this Twitch channel IDs. And so now if this, we want to load these things. and we want to get the channel ID. We want to add that into Twitch channel IDs. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but we could actually have channels that are in a outside of Twitch. So what you want to do is you want to, for each one of these, you want to switch on this. And we're going to switch on the name. And then you can add this right here. Like that. And now here what you want to do is you want to get your Twitch channels, right? Because when you look at join or leave channels, you're going to look to see, and if any of your channels joined are equal to the ID here, then you want to join the channel name and you want to add. So let me pull this over here for a second. And then you can do this here. But if you look in this, do you also have client services in this? It doesn't look like it. It does not look like it. So client services does go here. So for each one of these, well, let's just actually go ahead and do this. We're going to add in here a, I don't know why you have these as private. These are protected. You want to include in here a client services alley chat. And we can add that right here. Like that. And so now down here, all you need to get here is a list of string, and you're going to call this channel IDs. I guess you could do it as a channel child view model. So if this doesn't currently exist, then what you want to do is you want to switch on my channel.provider.name. This is going to work better. We want to do case Twitch. I live in Turkey and here it's 4 p.m. Oh, for me, man, it's 5:50 in the morning. Now you want to pull this channel. And this needs to be inside of an asynchronous like that. And I guess you also want to add in this and we want to call this my resource server URL. Like that. This thing needs to be a task. Like that. I'm from Southern California. This really wants me to bring in a Twitch channel child here, because this one is just for the Twitch, so it does need to be like this, unfortunately. And you want to look at the routed. Like that. So for each one of these in channels, and you want to switch on the name. Here we can do this. If my blllechat.channels joined dot any s where my s dot provider dot name is equal to s dot channel name is dot trim dot to lower is equal to my item dot I guess we can do it with ID, right? So if in my channels joined, there is not anywhere in there, we're going to say that this is Twitch channels to join. Hey, Mike, how are you? We got everything going yesterday, which is nice. And so now I just kind of get to work with it and clean things up. And we're either going to add in our routing or add in our live coding XMPP client. Which one would you like to see today? Like that. Now, if our response is not null, then we want to add this to our Twitch channels to join. And it's mapping it from Twitch channel view model. All right. So you're going to do this for each one of these routed. And I guess you could do another one of these, right? And we could probably do this with just one object if we wanted to populate just one object and pass it over with like an enum for delete or not delete. And maybe we'll do that. We'll have to see. Just a second. Let me add a model in here. So this one we can say channel, join, or leave. And then we also want to add in another folder in here called enums. Add a class, call it enums. We're going to say it's a public enum, and we're going to say channel, join, or leave type. Okay, and this one is a T, where my T is a type of channel child view model. And then it was a channel join or leave type. Okay. Like that. But this is the one you want, just the view model. So if you look up here, it's not, it's this one. Okay. So this thing would be called a var. Oh, we don't care now about mapping that. Channel equals this. Channels to join or leave is join. Like that, right? But then below this, you also need to do a for each var item in so in my BLL alley chat, for each channels joined, what you want to say is if there isn't a where my ID is equal to my item.id, then what you want to do is you want to do a and you want to switch here again on my item.provider.name. Do I do any web dev outside of ASP.NET? I mean, just the little bits of JS that you've seen. No, but I'm actually at the point where I need to, my next project, I need to look outside of it. I'm looking at Vue.js, I think. I think that's the next one that I'd be looking at. What's funny? Oh, that I had a case there and a switch instead of a case. Yeah, I know. Stupid. It's still early for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and move all this in here. So here we want to get our Twitch channel. And if it is equal to OK, then we want to add this as a lead. So let's go ahead and grab all this. We'll make a new function for this called a private static async void something or other. So we can call this my joiner leave channels. And you want to send over the BLL alley chat here. And then also you probably want to send over your routed, which is your routed child view model. So up here, this is a and then it was a routed child view model, which is routed. And this thing now needs to be a list of these channel or leave. And this would be of T, right? What is wrong here? Okay, because it wants this in my BLL alley chat down here, right? Yeah, it wants it in here. Okay. You have a full third-party REST API for this model? I do. I can show it for you. Yeah, that's usually my typical flow, unless it's a small project, is that I separate them. I used to create my own authorization server, and then I write BLL for the tokens, for token for the client credentials, and also for and then one for claims for individual users. But IdentityServer3 has made it a lot easier with that Katana pipeline. Also, we need to bring down enums here. Looks like you have already something in here called channel event type. So we can pull that. And if you come back down here to your models, channel join or leave, this needs to be in the BLL.models. And this is a channel event type. So isn't this more like a event? No. Channel view model. So this one wants a channel child view model, no matter what you do. Like that. Okay. Okay, this is a channel event type now. And this would be a bot leave. Because isn't that what it was at before? Was it at join? Yeah, it's at leave. Hey there, Bjorn. How are you doing today, Bjorn? I'm making a chat. I'm making a what it is it's ASP.NET MVC project. It also has a web API supporting it and an IdentityServer3 is what I'm running. It's an open source identity server for OAuth. Originally, we had created our own. And what this is we also have a Windows service, and it is an RSS message routing system that has kind of a web app that you can set up multiple streams. And then also it's kind of set up as backend as a service model so that you could come in here and you could create your own stream or your own event. Only thing I can say is like a message stream either on TCP or WebSocket, and you'd be able to just create an application off that. So for example, if I wanted to make an application that involved Discord, where whenever anybody was in a voice channel and they spoke, I wanted to fire an event that said someone started talking and then fire an event when they stopped talking, I could come in here, create the stream, I could select the Discord channels, I could assign the appropriate routing bot, and then I could select that I just want those events. Hey, worthless mate tree, how are you doing today? Welcome to the channel. So this is a channel child, right? And this goes away. And this is a Twitch channel, so you have to map this. Oops, I know why. It's not this. It's because this is a new of this thing. Hey there, worthless matron. Thank you very much. How are you doing today? Can you do C++? Can you teach me C++? I can help you out with C#. C++ takes a little bit longer because you have to dispose of all of your, do your garbage collection manually. She says, you seem very smart. Well, thank you. The only languages I master are HTML, CSS, and VBA. I know VBA. I started with VBA. You should look at C#. It's pretty similar. Python is as well because it doesn't have any end of lines. But being able to work in Microsoft Access and use VBA, that's actually a really good skill for small level providers like community level, because a lot of guys, they don't want to have to call people to maintain their servers, and they want to be masters of their own data, and they don't want to necessarily put it out there on the cloud. So a Microsoft Access database is great for like universities or something like that, because they can just copy and paste it and send it where they need to go, and then they never have to call you again. Hey there, Bjorn. Thank you for that follow. Also, guys, all these videos are up on YouTube from the first one to where we currently are at. So please make sure you check those out and give a follow. That's at youtube.com/c/liverdevtrain. Okay, here, this thing is wrong because this needs to be a list of these things, right? Like that. And now this is a mapper.map to my Twitch channel child view model. And this one is a channel event.join. So it's a bot join. This one is a bot leave. It tells me that it's okay. And then we have this await. Which looks great. And now we want to await this. And this has to be a task. So after we get done with that, then what we want to do is we want to look to see for each client in this, we want to see if there is that user ID anymore. And otherwise you want to disconnect from it. Hold on. Because that's for a channel. So this is now for an individual connection, which would be represented by a bot. You also need to check to see streams here. Check to see about streams and disconnections. And then here, so this one, you're going to make sure that you still have this bot created. Check to see if bot is still in database. In other words, you're going to make this new bag, and then you're going to do a for each here where you're going to disconnect from each one and then dispose it, and then you're going to clear disconnected. And this is your new concurrent bag. So this works. Check to see about channels and disconnections. Looks like it says Pixel Hormone Studios. Your website is nice. Oh, the pixelhorrorstudios.com. This is all part of that because I'm redoing that. So Pixel Horror Studios is going to also include Alley Chat and be the portfolio for my pieces. So this is the back end to support the other projects that we've created. So this one here says that I also need to pass in my client services Alley Chat, which is client services Alley Chat, and then your resource API URL. And that should be it. So this is wrong. This is now a channel join or leave, right? So here you want to switch on that channel event type. So here, if that channel joins, has anywhere where this channel ID is equal to channel ID, so remember this is another channel in here, right? Like that. And now you just want to go ahead and join this right here. Just like that. And if it's a leave, you're going to say that you have this for each channel in channels joined. Channels to join or leave. Channel to join or leave. Yeah, it's called Ali Chat, but then also you can create your own bot. So for example, Bjarne Polson, you could go in there and you could register that account, and then that account could be a bot. Or you could do bot Bjarne, and then you could go in and register that, and then have that as an account. So Ali Chat is the default one though. And then we have a variety of games in there too. Same thing here. Provider.name. And this is going to be a case twitch and a break. And then you'll just leave it. And that should do it. So now we need to look back at here. Sorry, it's this one, the base. And then we want to get rid of these things. Channels to join or leave. So this is going to be a async task, right? We want to send over all of the channels here. You should have something in here called channels joined or something, right? Which is a list of this. It's a concurrent bag of this. So let's do this. Var channels joined equals this. And then you want to switch on, I want to do a for each on this. And now what you want to do is a channels join dot, nope, and you need to have a new channels to join or leave, and this is going to be a new list of my channel join or leave of my Twitch channel child view model. And now you want to do this channels to join or leave dot add new one of these things, which has this channel, which is my item, and then a channel event type, which is channel type dot leave. And then you want to leave all of these things here. And then you want to disconnect that client. And that means that this one needs to be a disconnect, which is a task, which is going to change this one, which is a task. At the moment, because these are all going up on YouTube, there is no music, but that is part of this. We have an application that's part of this alley chat called That's My Jam, which should resolve the music issues that we're having. Because there's definitely a lot of interest to have music, but from some, but not from all. And I'm almost thinking that Twitch extensions might be a great solution. Looks like I misspelled something. Let's run it. So one thing I want to see is if in fact it disconnects from that channel when I delete a stream. Okay, let's take a look here at streams, because we should have something already in here, right? Yeah, so we have 3 channels being routed for Alley Chat and 2 for BotPX. Horror. Just waiting for this thing to connect over here. Or is it having an issue now? Oh, I think what I did is I think I disconnected the talking on it. So if we go to chats, we should just see it routing. So you can see that it's working. And so now if I come over here into streams, and we want to delete this, I want to see this actually disconnect here. So we're going to watch and wait. It should take about 15 seconds at the tops. And you can see some of these messages are duplicating because we have both bots in there. So let me take a peek then at my program, at my create bot connections right here, because it's still connected over there. So now when I look at my get routed, it currently has no routes. Okay, but it's erroring. Hey there, Wilf Winner. How are you doing? Thanks for that follow. Appreciate that. If you have any questions, please put them in the channel. Also, make sure you guys join us at discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com. It's the main way that we all stay in communication. We've actually put together a pretty good team of developers here over the last 2 years, so a year and a half. So appreciate if you guys would join that. And then also all these videos from the very first one up to where we currently are at are up on YouTube. And that's youtube.com/c/liverdevtrying if you want to get catch up. So thanks very much, guys, again, for the support. So here, why is this erroring? Because routes is 0, right? Hold on. We want to put this stuff in here, right? So now what you want to do is you want to check to see if any of the bots are there. You're going to look at routeds, which is up here. .routes, if there's any, you'll add it. Otherwise, you want to disconnect. And now it should be working. All right, so let's see it work here. I need to create that new stream now because it's not going to route immediately. So let's look back over here at our chat. We'll reload this. So over here, let's create a new stream. I'm glad to see a cascade deleted there. I got to fix that color on that selected is not working, but I think it's because it's using this color. So let's add Ali Chat. And let's add a channel in here called Silver Name. Okay, there it is, it's connected. And now we should be able to delete this stream and it should disconnect me. And it did. So that's great. That's working the way that we want. So now when these messages get routed, I want to check to see real quick. So if I make a new stream in here and we call this test again. I'm going to want to route it to this one, right? Hey there, Slavon1K, welcome back. What name would you like me to call you, by the way? Because you're here fairly frequently. Hey there, Steve F, welcome. So then when you look at this, what you want to do is this stream, when you're over here and you're connecting to live EDU, I'm sorry, when you're connecting to your chat, That's where you want to have something where you're going to join a group. So let's go override that in my hub. So that's up here. And now we should have something here called onConnected. Now let me see how we do this, because I don't remember everything all the time. Slavnik. I think I got that. Okay, here we go. And so I need to look up SignalR, and we want to say groups. It tells me I can do this with my connection ID. Now, I don't necessarily want to do that. What I want to see is if I can do like a console write line here. And I want to see if I can get my user dot. I doubt it's going to let me do that. I need to see where we do. Because I don't want to have a second hub on the. I wonder if I could do like context dot user dot identity dot get user ID. Okay, let's see what happens here. I want to see if I'm able to. You got it, the last variant. Slavnik. Got it. Thank you, man. Okay, let me see. Okay, here it is. Do I get my identity? Context.user is null. Can I do context.request? Well, I got that. I do have a connection ID and a query string. Gives me a connection token. But my user is null. Okay, I guess the easiest thing to do then would be, we want to look back over here at my chat hub, right? Because we're going to do this on the JavaScript side. So if I look in my MVC at my page here, which is under areas, alley chat, chats, if I look at index, this is where I'm starting my hubs. So I started to pull my JavaScript over into another file. And so we're going to continue to do that here. It's called alley chat. And it's just because it makes a lot more sense than having it all spread out through this app. So these are the 3 that we currently have implemented. So I'm going to make another one over here called start SignalR. Do I like that? Hold on. I don't think I like that, actually. I'm going to move that back. I don't like that. I really want to have start SignalR right here. And so now after you connect, then what you want to do here is you're going to call chat.client.send connection credentials. I'm doing this in MVC4 and .NET standard. So none of these are being overridden. Perform user validation here. Oh, he's doing this on the hub. So when I connect to this, can I pass this over with a query string? So we want to do SignalR send query string on connect. Yeah, this one right here. So let's also do, we want to do a SignalR send connection credentials on connect. Because the hub can sit off the public IP, so it doesn't matter so much. So realistically, we can send that if we do it secured and we do it through is authorized, and then we want to map it to the real user. So if I look back here at this one, we can add it by a connection ID. Okay, so maybe we should store that in a database. Because all this is being done through the hub that would be on the server side, which I don't like. So maybe what I want to do is map a connection ID to a, let me see here. If I did here a alert and I want it to be my connection ID. But we need to map that to a user. And then we can save that in a database. So here, when we load the chat page, you need to have something here where you're going to hit your public void send connection credentials. And this wants to be unauthorized, right? And here you can do a console.writeLine. And you just want to do like your user.identity.getUserID. Now I wonder if you can also get your connection context here. Nope. So you probably want to send over to the database that it is online. So let me do that. What you want to do is you want to come down here to your web API. And you have it in your controller here under user, right? I guess it's an account. And now if you look at an account here, it's in your domain model, right? You want to add in here in account public pool is online. Public pool hold on. So then up here in your data access layer, you have something called a data access layer services. And here you want to have a, I think you have an update account already, right? So that means that you need to have in your web API we could probably just take this one here. We're going to say this is an HTTP put. This is going to be called update account. And this is called an account update request. That's here in the library. And the only thing that you need in this one is and then and now what you want to do is you want to say, if my model state dot is valid, then you want to try to parse my request dot ASP dot, oh no, you don't care about that. Okay, this one wants to have my request.asp.net user ID. So now if this does not equal to null, then you want to update it. If my response.account is not equal to null, then you want to create that response and return it. Else, isn't there something like forbidden? And otherwise, you want to return a bad request here. And now if you look at update requests, this needs to be an account update request. And then same thing here. This goes from an account update request to an account. Like that. Okay, that was easy. So that's our web API has been updated here. This is a request dot. Like that, because we have to make sure that we get the SignalR default. Okay, and then back over here on the web API, where you're sending this credentials here, you want to do you need to do dependency injection, right? So it's a private client services alley chat. But you should be able to do this as a base controller, right? Sorry, controller base, which should include this in the constructor. What the hell? If you look up here in your MVC, you have something in your controller called a base controller. Which implements this interface for AutoMapper. And then also, I thought it included, oh no, it must not. Like this. And then we need to add that. So down here now, when you get this user ID, we can do an await. This needs to be a async task. Client services in here, what we want to do is we want to do a update account. So this doesn't currently exist, so let's go make it. Create account. This is an update account asynchronous, right? Like that. And now this one's going to be the request, which is going to be my and then the is online is true. Like that. And we want to do this as a bool, right? If my response.response code is equal to my integer, my HTTP status code.ok. Then we want to return true. Otherwise, we want to return false. So this one, all you want to do is a task.run, and it's an async like that. Hold on, I gotta remember how to do this. You want to start an asynchronous task. like that. Okay, that looks pretty good. But you're going to have a problem with this because you don't currently have that. This one. I don't think you created this yet. Yeah. And this one's going to be a put. Okay, let's give that a try. Oh wait, but we didn't change it on the chats. We just did it up here, right? If I look back over here at the controller for chat, I want to see this thing fire, which needs to fire off of my index. So you need to have an AJAX load here, right? So here you want to do something which is going to be called like a public, it's a function, and we want to call this my user is online or something like that. And what you want is an AJAX call. So if we look back over at streams index, I think you have a couple of these that you can just pull from. So we want to validate our anti-forgery token. I know exactly what I'm looking for, this. We want to add in that anti-forgery token, right? Hey, there's Zachariah98. I actually don't use PHP. I have a little bit with Python, but not with PHP. But I'm sure there's probably somebody in the channel who does, so it might be worth posting it up and see what we get. Okay. And so now what you want to do is okay, you're going to pass this token here, and then you want to do a AJAX call over to your chat controller, right? Which is called send connection credentials. And that's within my chats. And this one is going to be a post, and we want to send the token. And then we want to send we don't need to send a user ID, right? I think that should be enough. And then on success, we're going to do start SignalR. And now we're going to do a money sign function, sorry. What's best thing is work with server language with FRZM work or pure I. If anybody knows anything on PHP, pass that out there. Fortunately, I don't know that one, unfortunately. Second. Oh, you want this. And then all you want to do is user is online. And this is a post. So back here in my chats controller, let's make sure that we have this thing set up as a post. And then this thing's going to be returning data here. And we'll run it. Sure, here we go. Fire Alice asked if we could post this in Twitch chat, and that's actually what this bot will be doing, believe it or not. So here's the questions. So, thank you again there. Okay, so here we go. It's going to get my user ID here and write it. And then what I want to do is I want to update my account. My response came back 500, internal server error. So it's going to return false, and I should get an alert that says false. And I did. And then it's going to try to connect. So this is inside of my Alley chat. What we want to do is we want to check to see now. So we need to send over the query string with this. So to do that in chat, when you connect here, second here, moment. So Firals says, that's so different per solution. Mostly I like pure but framework, especially well-documented ones. Provide a very easy to use step, but that's not a simple answer for. Yeah. Let's try this. So let me double check here again. So we want to do self-host SignalR credentials. The keyboard coloring? You mean the orange keys versus the other keys? This looks good. Okay, we've done all that. We did that. That's ugly. So it's doing this when you're creating the hub, not when you're doing unconnected. Because it's creating a new instance for each one. So let's look at this again. We want to do a pass parameters SignalR on connection. So you want to pass your token across when you connect in the request. Let me try that then. If I look here in the widget for index, here you have start SignalR hub, blah, 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 blah. Where were you doing all that fun stuff? I thought it was in here. It is, okay. Oh, it's just down, okay. So when you're over here then inside of your hub, what it's saying for you to do is to look right here at when you're doing your construction on this. Let's try this. Because if we're successfully able to map the connection, then we can store the connection ID in there. Yeah, that's fine. Did it start SignalR? Oh, because SignalR is asking for this to be authorized, and I don't think it's sending the token. So we want to say pass token with SignalR connection. So right here. Back over here in index, let's add this to the query string. And now if we look back over here in the code, when I'm creating this thing, I should be able to, where's my alley chat? Hub. That one's probably not going to work, but we could also do this. See if this one works. Okay, it kicks back. We're going to send the credentials. Because you could totally set your bearer token here, huh? Did that never do my... Here we go. Oh yeah, that failed right there. Context came in as null, so that's wrong. I guess you have to do it here, right? Sure, what's going on there? Cree boy 97133. What's going on? Hey there, Kukin, welcome back. It's good to see you. Artemiusa, USA, thank you for coming back. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the channel. Additionally, all these videos are up on YouTube /c/liverdevtrying. Let's check out chats. It connects here. I got the token here. Did I get this bearer value? I did not. But if I look at headers, Well, I think that this one's going to work because here you could actually pass over your access token, right? And you could just encrypt it and stuff. Yeah, a really good one is called codeacademy.com. So let me see here. I'm still looking just because I want to make sure that because I think I need to PGP it. Let's try this. ChatHub.useBearer token. He says, I have a flipbook on this page and I want to show on a min width of 1500 pixels. Well, you could do that with CSS, right? And Bootstrap. I would do it with CSS and Bootstrap myself. I really like Bootstrap. I guess it should just work if I use the following to pull authorization from a query string. Okay, so we'll just pass it over right here. So what I want to pass over would be, I guess we want to use a bearer token on that, right? So if I come back over here, we want to pass over my, I think it's like a user dot claims identity dot claims. Let me look over here for a second. I think it's request.get on context. I think we want to do it like this. This is a claims identity of my user.identity. Let's see if that works. And if it does, then I should be able to pull the correct token out. Okay, everything's running. We need to go hit our chat. Oh yeah. That's totally gonna fail because don't worry about that. Great, that's still not commented out. Yeah, now it's commented out correctly. We don't have that working yet, but we will very shortly. Cool. I'm going to pull these over because I don't want to show all my claims. I just want to make sure. And now I can pass over the access token. Yeah, let's try that, see if that works. We should probably get pixels up and running next, right? There we go. Yeah, I want to check to see if I got the access token. And I did. So let's come back up here. I'm going to pull this. And now if I look down here at my index, when I'm sending this, okay, we got to get our claims identity, which was at the, I need to go back over here to the chats controller. Because this is coming off system security claims. Yeah, let's try that. Come on. I'm just waiting for this thing to kick through here. I have a feeling that that didn't work is why it's not showing. And we're going to check that right now in the log. I'm going to check it over here because I don't want to show the token. Yeah. So it's mostly working. The problem is really simple what it is. It's over here. Now it'll work. There it is. It kicked through. And I have the token. Cool. And now you need to check it. So here you need to pass in your private client services alley chat. And then also you have a private, and it's called a string of my resource server URL. That's going to cause a problem, so I'm going to have to put that in a global dependency resolver. And now this is an asynchronous task, right? And so that's why now I can go await my client services dot, and now it's going to be called get account. By access token. So let's take this one. Get account by access token. Okay, let's go ahead and pull this one up to the interface. So now you need to actually go look at your Git. Hydrogen bomb. Okay, and now we need to go look at the web API in my accounts, because you should have something here called get account. Else, response.account is going to be equal to await data access layer dot get account by your user ID, which is your context dot, I'm sorry, it's your user dot identity dot get user ID. Like that. Hey there, Juan Momo. I'll show you here in just a second. Yep, THMCA. We should get those pixels on here in the next day, I think. We really need to add in this get user ID here. So let me find where that is. You have to add an extension, right? So let's go ahead and add this here to the MVC, or the web API, right? Okay, did that work? Nah. Oh, it's this one. Let's see if it works. That worked. And now we can get that user ID. So let's try running it, see what happens. I gotta look at my hub up here. Oh, it's gonna fail. Oh, I forgot to add this to the get user by access token, right? like that. If my response code is equal to my integer of my HTTP status code dot OK, then you want to connect. Oh, wait. Access token, base URL, and then our endpoint. Like that. So I still think that this is going to cause a problem because we need to, in my SignalR, we have a constructor with parameters. I have this in a different project, but I don't really want to necessarily do that. We need to add an MVC4, right? Right here. So this is over in my startup before I do my map SignalR. And this one's called an Alley Chat Hub. Just a second, please. All right, so if you look here at client services here, this thing needs to pass in nothing. And then this is my resource server URL. Just a second while I get that. Oh, wait, no, you have it right here. try that. I guess this doesn't matter, right? Because you already had it here. All right, let's see what happens. Hey there, know yourself 8. I just arrived, so I don't know. All right. Well, I'm working on an ASP.NET application. It's got an MVC for the front end and then a web API to support the back end. It's also got a Windows service, which is parsing multiple RSS feeds and routing messages accordingly. And it's called Ali Chat, and it's kind of set up for backend as a service model so that you can subscribe the different events that you need to as a developer, or just on the website itself. So I guess a good example would be like on Discord. If you have a couple of channels and you wanted to make a game where, like, when somebody spoke, the mouth would move, you could come into Ali Chat, you could create a stream, you could connect it to your Discord, you could say, I would like this channel and I would like these events, and then go and you get a custom TCP or WebSocket stream that you can develop with. Also, all these videos are up on YouTube, from the first one to where we currently are at youtube.c/liverdevtrying.com. So make sure you check them out. Give them a follow if you could. Let's go ahead and check out chats now. Okay, it fired. We got a token. It's going to try to get my token here. My response code is null. It didn't ever even receive anything. So that means you never hit the web API, which is at alichat/account, which means that here, yeah, you never hit this because you're saying authorize on it. Okay, we'll try connecting. Okay, it hits the token. Let's see if it hit the endpoint. It hit the endpoint. It's gonna go ahead and try to get the account by the user ID, but it doesn't have an identity in it, right? I need a second. Okay, so back over here then in your client services where you're calling get account by access token. When you have the second get, you need to make sure that you are setting your access token here. And if you look at this one, we're just going to try this. Hey there, know yourself 8. Thank you for that follow. Appreciate that. If you have any questions, please put them into the channel. We got a really active and supportive community. Appreciate you coming and being a part. So this one should get our username and password if we want that. So it wants this new dictionary, right? We're just going to try this of a string and a string. You know, I want to try something before we go down this road. I look back up here at my hub, and I want to get this token. Because I'm going to try taking that token that I'm getting here, and I want to try hitting my web API with it. So let's go ahead and do this, and we'll do this one as a swagger. And let's go ahead and get our token. And now I should have in here just any one of them. One of these you should have as a authorized, right? Let's do get account. No, let's do get accounts as authorized. I don't think that's going to work, so we'll have to see. And I am using the bearer tokens that are coming from in the web API. I'm looking at the startup. You know, I'm using these bearer tokens, which are coming from here. Oh, and it has to have this required web API on it. All right. Authorization has been denied. Authorization has been denied. If I look here real quick at my IdentityServer3 documentation. Hey, John, how you doing, man? Welcome. Oh, hey, look, I got it all fixed up. Thank you for your help the other day. You really got me thinking a lot. I just wanted to show here, if you look inside of my, I think we were doing it inside of bots. You can see I cleaned up my JS so that it's really straightforward. And then I separated it out into a new file called alleychat. And then my form color change, I tracked the classes like we talked about here. And now I'm just changing the classes based on it. Easy enough. When you look at this one, this thing should have the same scope, right? Just to make sure. No, it is the same scope. So let's come back over here then and look at my documentation. Let me just try this real quick here. We're going to go to Postman. Yes, please. Can you send that to me? We're just going to try this one real quick. Let's do one of these here. We want to do a, what is my server? Boom, let's run it. https:// Is it not running? Yeah, the keyboard is a light strike. It's called a light strike. It's a bloody keyboard, and we'll add it into the bot here in just a little bit. (44330) identity. And let's just try getting rid of identity now. All right, we got a little work to figure that out. All right, guys, unfortunately, I got to take a quick break. I'll be back in 20 minutes. If you haven't yet, please click the follow. Check us out, discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com. Also, all of these videos are up on YouTube at youtube.com/c/liverdevtrying for the very first window where we're currently at. And there is no music, so you can get all the way caught up. So again, guys, I will see you in just about 20 minutes. And until then, enjoy some music. See you guys in just a bit. So what we are doing is we're trying to figure out why we were not able to get our account from that access token. And the reason is that I'm pretty positive that if I look back here at my ID token here, I look back at my MVC, right? And this is where we were assigning claims. If you look at startup, I needed to add these two. My other one was being passed from my identity server. So this one will actually assign the actual token that we need. And we should be able to pull our account now, hopefully. So we just updated our database, so we should be good to go. And I need to make it so we're going to run all the different projects. Okay, and remember, we have 4 pieces: the web API, the MVC, the Windows service, and then also the IdentityServer3 for authentication or authorization. Authentication, because for authorization we're using a different system. Okay, let's run it. I guess it didn't start there. Okay, there's the service. Here are the 3 pieces, and this is where I got the code from, just here on the identity server site. It looks like I could probably get it from the user info by passing over my, but we're not 100% on that yet. We're seeing what we get right now. I still may need to do this and grab my user info, but we'll have to find out. We need to log out and then log back in because this is a refreshed database. Okay, here we go. We're gonna log in. Third-party authorization. Does not like this one. Okay, so let me go back. That was before it ever created the account, so we should be good to go there. So back here, let's go ahead and add that other calls that it wanted me to have there, right? This one here. Maybe this one. Because right now I think I'm just using the same identity. That looks right. But this is returning null, isn't it? Isn't this one going to say we want the role in there. We also want the preferred username, right? So we'll put that one there, and then we want this one, right? And then also we want the name identifier, but that one's fine. It comes default, right? This one is an authentication ticket, so let's not worry about this at the moment. Okay, that's going to let me get the ones that we already have in there. Add these claims to NID. And then we want to get our user ID here. We want to add our claim. So passing the user ID as the identifier, and then we want to add the claim if it has admin. This one doesn't matter so much. And then also we are adding our role website user. Yeah. And then we'll try that. Name claim type will be the name identifier, but this wants me to do it with given name. Whatever, that's fine. And okay, let's see if it works. So these are NIDs, right? Because you're adding all these claims to it. And then down here, you're signing an NID and creating a new ticket for NID. And we don't need this anymore. So I wonder if that's going to work. Let's try it. Because I already see how the routing is going to work in my brain. We just need to start incorporating groups, and this is the piece that we need to make that happen. We have to be able to make sure that we get our validation. So I need to submit that token, make sure that this user is authorized, and then we can PNP encrypt it so that way it'll be secure before we send it over the wire, just as a backup, even though we will be on HTTPS. Okay, here we go. Okay, why is this happening? All right, that looks okay. I found the reason and he doesn't say. That's annoying, right? This is the missing piece. Context.issued claims equals, so this is, all right, this is the answer. Finally found the solution. I'm using the default claims provider in my setup because I implemented a custom user service now in the Git profile data implementation. So it creates a new identity. Get the user claim here. You'll notice that the only line of code I was missing was context.issued claim equals identity.claims. Identity equals claims identity. This is inside of the profile data request context. So it's just saying context.issued claims equals n.issued claims. So the point line of code was here in the bottom of the request context when it was coming from the if I look back over at the identity server in the startup, /identity, not that one. Where is it supposed to be? Assigning the token. Let me run it again. We're going to debug again and look at the context. I got to be careful with what I show on screen though. Because this is telling me straight out that there's no protocol message or something. We'll figure that out. Let's run it. Because I can totally get around this if I need to. What about this one? All right, I'll work with that in a little bit. Let's just try it real quick and see what happens. It's going to try to log me in here. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to pull this over. I just want to look at my context, but I don't know what it's going to show because I don't want to show any tokens. So just a second. Okay, I got an ID token. Okay, so if it just got an ID token, that's interesting. That never called. So this is because this is null. So let me go look at my identity server documentation one more time. Oops. This one. Hello, how are you guys doing? Just have to look this up real quick here. It's a response type, an ID token. Okay, let me go back over here now. Use OpenID authentication, where you're passing an ID token here. And then you should be making sure that you are, this is a notification, right? Yeah, notification. This is exactly where you want to be. You're doing this new ID is equal to the identity. This one. Let's move this up here. Nah, that didn't matter. Why would it be giving me an access denied? Hold on. We got all that. We want to come and look where we hit it, which is down here. Scope. Enabled. Roles. New scope. That's fine. And then calling the user on behalf of the user. Ah, right here. I knew it was just going to be something stupid. Okay, let's try it again. All I had to do was add in token after ID token. See if that works. If it doesn't, we're just going to use the client credentials and call on behalf of the user, because that's already set up. Fascinating. Where's the all right, there we go. It just needed a minute to update it. We'll log in. I want to check to see if it's in there now. Just a moment. Let's see if it works. That kicked through. Okay, so that's working now. But we are creating this new claims identity, which I don't like. So let me just go back to how this was for a second. Easy enough. Okay, so all we have to do now is, it was this. And then, where's my documentation? It's down here under MVC. This is the one. This thing. That should work pretty well right there. And then this one is called a access token for the protocol message, and it expires at. That looks great. Great. Okay, let's double check and make sure. That should work. All right, here it is. Let's log out again. That looks good. Oh. Why is the preferred name null now? Hold on. Maybe we don't get this thing yet. I want to double check that. Or did you change something over on the other side? Let me check real quick. I know you changed the name of that here, but it's not a big deal. Add claim. Oh, no, not that one. It's up here. This is fine. The factory load helper, that's all fine. The 60-second cleanup timer, that's fine. Register client scope, that's fine. I think that's all fine. Yeah, it should be fine. Let's go back to the other one and run it. All right. There we go. We'll log in. All right, so it still is not saying, because you're getting the token now instead of just the identity, right? Let's just let this one go. Maybe I have to, I feel like the user info client is going to contain this information potentially. That's what I think we use. I think we use this token to access that. We'll have to double check. We'll set a timer here for just 5 minutes. Looks good. Yeah, because it's not getting any of those. But now when I look at the user info client, oh, you have to do a get on that because that's just the client, right? Let me pull this over for a second. Yeah. You haven't done a get on it. You haven't done a get on it. So let me go back. It's back here. Look at this one. This one. Item 1, item 2. And then you should be able to add all the claims to it. This is the problem. Because that would make sense, right? And then when you look back over here, you're just going to add them for each one of your NID, which is your new ID, which you're just calling ID in this case. So I think you do need to have this new identity, but we'll try this right now. Let's try. All right. All right, let me check to see what I got. I got 5 claims. My username, my access token, my role. Yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. So I should be able to change this to be user info. Well, claims identity has a I think this comes from claims, right? Because you just have a list of these in here. That's all right. Whoops. That worked. So let's just do it the way we know. We're just going to do where you guys hold on, please. All right, sorry, back with you. S where my S dot. Perfect. Okay, now we can look back at our here. We can just look at exactly what they have. Like that. Well, we're through the problem, right? I have to find that. Oh man, just a second. Okay. This claim here is one of these longer ones. I think we want it like that, right? Let's just see what happens. See what happens? It's launching. This is really once, but makes me want this new claims identity, huh? Let me log in. Let me take a look at the claims on ID. Just a moment, please. Well, actually, now I have them on there twice, right? Do I? Hold on. But I have all of these different claims on these things. I feel like that's too many. So we're going to do as this suggests, and we're going to remove a bunch of these claims by creating new. Come on. By creating the new claims identity here. Right there. We'll just try that just to let it get what it wants. Then we're supposed to get. And then it wants me to do for each one of these in my user info. Then it wants me to do an N ID. We can add this one. We want to add that one and those ones. And probably this name identifier. Probably. Yeah, we need that. So we have to hope that we get this thing here. Let's run it. I'm feeling pretty good. It should work. Okay, everything's running. We're gonna go ahead and log in. How you guys doing? Okay, we get a ticket. We got each of our claims. Let me look to see what the claims look like at the moment, please. Much better. Sorta. The problem is your... Oh, crap. Let me think for just 1 second. So the problem is that you're getting your preferred name, which is being registered back here in your identity server startup. We'll just take a look at that. I got you guys, no worries. Okay, let me take a quick peek here. Something happened. Wasn't paying attention. Log out. Oh, we gotta start everything here. Oop, let me try it again. I wasn't paying attention. Here we go. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna log in. Oh, I know what it was. It's back here in the identity server. You needed to see what you were assigning, what claims. Here, it's down under notifications for Twitch, right? Because you already have this access token Twitch. Do you need to clear stuff? But this is all set up automatically, so you do want this one. You do want this one. You do want this one. You can probably get around this one and this one. You don't need this one. Let's see if that works. Okay, so I'm gonna run everything. If you guys haven't, please click the follow. All these videos are also up on YouTube at youtube.com/c/liverdevtrying, and you can check them out from the first one to where we currently are. There's no music, so that way they won't get blocked. Here we go. Oh, I need to go to my history, right? And I want to clear that for the last week. Did that work? Let's see. We need to go all the way back to the beginning one. This one. Let's log in. Your connection is not private. Yes, it is. It's because it's self-signed certificate. We'll log in with Twitch. It's going to ask me to log in. Let's go ahead and put that in just a second. Okay, let me come back into it now. All right. So we got our ticket. There's our info. I'm adding the claims to it. Let me check to see what claims we got. We're still getting the preferred username in there. That's so fascinating. Whatever, that'll work. Okay. So now we're going to click through. It should try to assign the name identifier. Let's see if it did that. It did. Thank God, that's one we really needed. Okay. Then it's going to assign the user the ID, the access token. Let me see what that is. That's significantly different. Okay. And then we're going to get the account here. This one's saying that it passed an ASP.NET username here. At this get account. Yeah, because it already exists. And then you want to sign in your, your new ID and your new ID. And then you don't need to await anything anymore. But up here also you have this up here, given name. I don't know. Authentication type. Name claim type. We want this one. Couldn't you do this one dot preferred name would be better? It's not this one, it's this one. And then down here, we wanted to make sure that we swap these things out. NID, NID. Sweet. Let's run it one more time. Now we should actually be able to hit our web API as a user, and we can have it in our access tokens. And we can set up our routing with ASP.NET, or with SignalR, sorry. Okay, let's take a look. We're going to log in. Here we are. We're getting the account. This should be fine. Why isn't it redirecting me back? Let me look real quick back over here, because it sure seems like it's hung up. Because I don't think it's ever... Let me try run that one more time. Hey there, MC Liao Tier 87. How are you doing? This is an ASP.NET MVC project that also has it's supported by a web API, also done in ASP.NET. And then it's also got a Windows service, which is running in the background. You can see it here. It parses multiple RSS feeds and then sends messages accordingly. So it's sort of like a service that you can route different messages through, and then you can register accounts on multiple services so that it can speak through those on that behalf. And it really is set up its backend as a model. We're using IdentityServer3, and right now it's giving me a little bit of guff. It doesn't seem like it's ever kicking through authorization now over here. Like, it's never starting this up. Is it because of this? No, there it is. It just takes a minute to spin up. Okay, we're going to get our ticket. We're going to come down. We got our user information. We're going to add all of our claims. We create it. We got it. We're going to sign them in. And then we set up a new ticket here. Then they're done. But it never actually logged them in. Interesting. I want to look back over here real quick. I guess you want to put sign in below it. Hold on. Otherwise, we're just going to add all this crap back onto the ID, which was working before. I'm waiting for this thing to start. Okay, here they all are. You can see it over there a little bit. Wait for it. So it did log me in. It just didn't redirect me or something. Interesting. Moment. Let me try that one more time. Okay, we'll log in. It kicks me over to the external. Log out with my Twitch. It kicks me back in. I get all my properties and it sent us back over, but we're not authorized the way that it wants, but that's fine because we are. I don't know. We'll have to look at why that redirect isn't working. Actually, we can do that real quick. If I look here at the MVC, because this was just working, and I look at where I'm getting my redirect here, which is inside of the startup. Post redirect URI is here. And here's where you're signing yourself in. And if you look down here at your controllers for home at index, well, let's not do this one. I think you can use this other authorization that you have. You could just do this, but I think you also have that other one, that resource authorization that you use on your index. Don't you have that set up somewhere in here for your authorization system? It's called Here it is. Resource authorization. And let me look at what you have that. I think that's in your something called managers. And you have it as PHS login and then admin. And the one that you're assigning is, what's the claim? PHS website user. Wait. PHS login. Like that, sorry. Okay, try that. Sorry. Can't help anything about that plane, huh? Here we go. It says forbidden. Did you leave 2 forms of authorization on it? It says that this doesn't have PHS login. But if you look back here in your authorization manager, you should be evaluating whether this thing has this claim or not. PHS website user in a role. And if I look back here at I want to look at this. Let's try it again. Let me just reset this thing. Let me try it again. Okay, it's going to check to see if you have it, and otherwise you're going to say nope. So that's going to return not okay, because it doesn't have PHS login as the first one, right? But it does here at home controller. Oh, but if you look at login account, right here. Like that, and this one would be read. Oh, crap. That's a post. So otherwise you're going to go to login, which this is supposed to be allowing for everybody to go here, right? So let's see if that does. It's not running. Well, I mean, this is obviously why the authorization wasn't working when we used the new ID. There we go. We're evaluating it, and it still says that the first value in my context is null. If you look back over here, I think you have these things backwards now. We want to check that one and this one here. And then also we want to look at my home and change these again. Now, if this doesn't kick right now, what we're going to do is we're just going to allow it to log in the way that it did. We're going to step back from this because I want to make sure that I'm sending my access tokens and that we are getting it to do its basic routing today. Cool, so now it's evaluating correctly. And it'll probably log me in here. Yeah, it's asked me to log in. One more time. I'm looking to see what claims it's asking for. It didn't add a bunch of them, did it? There's a bunch of these things that's not on here. Okay, let me look back here then. It for sure didn't add this one in. Of course not. Derpy, derpy Rob. That should do it. That should be fine now. That should be fine now. Okay, here we go. You can see that that totally says, it's not that one, it's not that one, it's this one, it says forbidden. And that's because it doesn't have the role on it. So let's go ahead and log out. Try it again. So it's probably going to say no again. Oh no, it's fine. It's going to ask me to log in. Okay, it's going to add my claims here to the correct claim ID. Then it's going to check it. It's going to return the evaluation. This is going to keep going probably forever. I think I created an indefinite loop here. So if you came back up here and you looked at your home, let's try that. I wonder why I'm getting static. Or is that just on my side? Hey there, Lena God. Thank you for that follow. Appreciate that. If you have any questions, please put them into the channel. Also, all these videos are available up on YouTube from the very first one to where we currently are. Make sure you check them out, discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com. YouTube/C/liver dev trying. The Discord is how we all stay in communication. Okay, so we're logged in now, right? Let me just double check that that worked one more time. Okay, it's going to ask me to log in. It says access is denied. Interesting. All right, whatever. There we are. Cool. So now we can come over here and go to chats. And I should get on chats index. Here. You don't need this, right? And we're actually getting rid of this Ajax, I think, right? And we can change this to be start SignalR. Because up here, you're actually going to be passing in your claims for your access token right here. So I want to make sure that in my hub that I'm breaking on connected. Okay, we got two problems here. The first one is that if I look here at my controller for chats, I have this additional call that I don't need. And now, you're passing the token here, but when you're authorizing the user, you're passing two of the wrong tokens. So what I want to do is look back at my startup. This thing is a user info response. Is there a way to do like a NID.add claims external? There's probably not, right? No. So here, when you're looking and you're adding this one, and back up here at my identity server, I just want to see when you're passing this ID here, access Twitch token, sign in type, callback path, ID secret, ID authorize token. That's a role. Let me just see real quick if there's one in here that I could do for access token or something. I think it's an access token hash or something. That should be fine. Let's get rid of these. And now, if I look back here, we can just do this. Pardon me. If my UI.item1.value is equal to access token and we'll just do a test here. Let's try that. If you guys haven't yet, please click that follow. Also check out the YouTube for all the videos from start to finish. youtube.com/c/liberdevtrying. Takes a while to spin up all these projects now. And we have to log out. We need to get a new token. Yeah, you also need to get a new token, buddy. There we go. Let's log in. All right, cool. Let me check my claims real quick. I just want to make sure that I got my names right. Yeah. I feel like this thing has to be specific for each provider, which is super annoying. Let me see. Let me check something. Yeah, this one got 13 claims on it. But you can check to see what the IDP is. I like that. Let's do that. IDP:Twitch. All right, I like that. If my id.claims.any, where my s dot is equal to Twitch and my s dot type is equal to IDP. Well, you can double check that right here. Yeah. Then here what you want to do, and this will be an else. Right here. And you're going to do this for my i.claims. Oh no, it's my userinfo.claims.toList.forEach of my UI goes to this. Right. And if it is like this, then what you want to do is you're going to have a switch on your id.forEach var item and id.claims. I'm going to do a switch on my item.type. And the reason why is because you're going to have one for an access token, and then you're going to have one for a name. All right, let's go right here. I want to try that again. We'll probably ultimately separate this out into its own class or own method to clean it up. Could do it right now, but I'd really like to finish the access tokens project. We're almost there. Come on, spin up. Come on there. Okay, it's going to log me in. It's going to check for this type. What's the next claim? Let me look to see if there are any other claims that we want in there. Nope, that's it. So here what you want to do is you want to add this claim. Same thing here, except this thing is going to be called a username Twitch. We'll just do that. Item.value. And this one will be access token Twitch. And we're going to do this with a item.value. These are specific claims for Twitch. The other thing I want to check is up here at my web API. When you looked at your authorization that's allowed, bearer token. Hey, Field of Green, how are you doing, man? Welcome to the channel. If you have any questions, please put them in, and also all the videos for this are up on YouTube, from the very first one to where we currently are. So feel free to check those out, youtube.com/c/LibertyDevTrying. Let's see if this works. We should be good here. Actually, I can just not break there, and I can break that. Seems wrong that you first check for IDP and then switch KC type for something other. Well, all I'm trying to do is just grab these two claims and change their name, and it's specific for Twitch. So yeah, I should only right now get these claims for Twitch, and then I'll need to add these other ones in here because using the access tokens has given me different claims than using the identity token alone. Okay, let me see what I got. I don't want to show the claims. Just a second. Oh my God, hold on. Whoops. I messed that up just a little bit. And then also I need to check my oh crap, that comes from user info, right? And it's called name. Okay. So you were really close here. If you look back up here, if this thing is equal to an IDP of that and is equal to that, then you're going to look for each one of these different claims. Otherwise, you just want to add that claim. Well, this actually comes from my user IDP claim. So you just do this after this, right? And you don't need this. It's just going to be this access token, and you'll just do this. And this one's going to come from my user info dot claims dot where my s is equal to my s dot type. Nope. Item 1 is equal to name and like that. SignalR default dot value. So that's item 2. Okay. Because you're only checking for this one access token right here. And I just want to double check because I don't think there's any other things in there that you want. Let's try that. And then I think we can send those tokens right on over. And then SignalR will be able to register onto each stream because we already have a unique identifier for each stream. So it should be relatively straightforward, right? Come on. And it's going to add my access token here, and then it's going to add my other claim username here. Let me check to see what they are. So 1 second, my user info. Oh, you also have a role that you're passing called authorized Twitch. You really want that one too. Other than that, you got it. Okay, one more. Let's just add one more in here. And so this one's just going to be called, I don't know, what did you call it? Authorized. Or we could just say authorized. I'm into that. And that's it. Can you explain the check why if it's IDP and if that's true you switch on the same s.type for access token? It's not the same type, it's a different type. Yes? Because this is an any. I'm saying that in this claims, if there is any of them that are IDP, then what I want to do is iterate through all the different claims. And then if there is one that is access token, then I want to add it. All right. So now what I want to do is go and look through my SignalR. It's my chats hub, right? In this, we were hitting our hold on. When you connect to index here, you're connecting and then you're sending over this query string of this token to your hub. So your hub is up here and you should be receiving the token here. I do. Well, so IDP Twitch represents, because this thing has five plus providers in it. So IDP represents the provider that it's coming from. So I'm checking because right now that's going to be Twitch specific, and then I'll ultimately scale that out for each of the providers and make it a much nicer thing. But I'm trying to get a proof of concept out here, I think in the next 2 days. It's going to be tight. Here we go. All my claims get established. All right. And now what we want to do is we come and look at chats. There it is. And did I get my token? Let me see. I did. And now if I hit this thing, do I get an actual response? I need to come look at my MVC controllers. I'm sorry, my Web API controllers for get account. And my response code is response was null. So that means that it didn't find the base endpoint here. Don't worry, I'll do it again here in just a minute. Back over here. Let's try it again. Gotcha, thanks. No worries. I don't mind explaining stuff. That's the point. Also, all the videos are up on YouTube. Feel free to check those out. Oh, did it not issue the response here? Is it not even hitting? Is it not receiving this configuration manager? Let me go here. So is this coming from my client services? Have I been messing around in there too much? Let me check. If you guys haven't, please do me a favor and click that follow. Appreciate the support. Here we go. Let it connect. All right, let me see what happens here before I get the... Try it again. You can't have the client credentials call in there. That's just because I copy and pasted that. All right, it's going to click on. It pops every now and then. It's weird. Huh. All right. Let me check some stuff real quick. Okay, if I look back over here at my account controller on my web API, it's like it's not even hitting this get. Let's just do this. I want to see what it's firing. Okay, it's loading. Just want to see what that error is. Okay, here it is. Chats. Okay, the error says forbidden. Forbidden 403. Okay, so it is hitting it. Are you getting accounts or are you getting account? Get account by access code. Right here. So let me check something. If I was to come in here and remove the bearer token, and we'll just run that. Okay, we're fired up. Here we go. Let it connect again. Because I wonder if it's just because I don't have the authorized tag. There we go. Does it connect? There it is. Yeah, so it's just because we don't have the authorized tag on it. Does it need that other authorization system? I don't think so. Here it is, this one here. Come on. Here it is connected. Not yet, waiting for the service to start. There it is. Crap. Dummy. Okay, let everything start. 1, 2, 3. Let's get that chat loaded. Not yet. There it is. No. So it's not authorizing with the tokens correctly here. So we'll have to play with that just a little bit here. Let me see one thing. Damn, that's peculiar. Well, we'll get that figured out. But for me, guys, I've been online for a while today, so I'm all done. I'll be back tomorrow, starting at 5:30 is what I'm trying to do at the morning. I'm going to go until about 9. We're a little bit late today. So again, make sure that you guys check us out at discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com. And again, all these videos are up on YouTube, from the very first one to where we currently are at, youtube.com/c/LiberDevTrine. And I guess until tomorrow, guys, have a good evening, morning.